Experiments in Google AdSense allow users to perform A/B testing on different styles of advertisements to evaluate the effect that a particular ad style has on revenue and performance. Because the only type of ad that we actually have control over in regards to the style in Google AdSense are text-based ads, AdSense Experiments only works for these type of advertisements. To get to the Experiments section of Google AdSense, we first need to click on the My Ads link at the top of our screen. And then from the My Ads section, we need to click on Experiments. In the Experiments section of Google AdSense, you'll notice that there is a big red button towards the top left corner that says Create an Experiment. So let's jump right in and take a look. I'm just going to click on the Create an Experiment button. Now remember, we're doing A/B testing here. So we want to give our experiment a title that is descriptive of what we're testing. So in this example, we're going to be testing the main banner unit on the top of our website. So I'm just going to title this experiment Main Banner Experiment. Now you'll notice that there's a field for goal, but the goal is always the same when we're doing experiments in Google AdSense, and that's to increase our revenue. So we don't need to change anything there. We can also add any specific notes to this experiment that we'd like for our own internal purposes. So we can just type something in here like, we're doing an experiment on text ads in the main banner unit of our website. Now, in order for experiments to work, you first need to have already created an ad unit that's going to be your base ad unit. That's the one that we're going to create a variation of to test the difference in style. So down here in the original ad unit area, we can choose the ad unit that we want to start with. So in this example, we're going to choose the top banner. Now you'll notice, once we choose our ad unit to start with, it shows us an example of what that ad unit style is. So we can see the color of the text, the color of the URL, and the background color that we configured for this ad unit. Down here at the bottom in the variation section is where we can make changes to this ad unit so that when users go to our website, they're either going to see the original ad unit that we created initially, or they're going to see our variation. And Google's going to try and split this 50-50. So when we get our results back, we can see, hey, did people tend to click on the original version a lot more than the variation that we created, or did they click on the variation more, or was it the same? Did it not really matter? So down here in the variation section, we want to make some changes to the style of our ad unit. So let's say for this example, this one's a pretty low contrast. It's got a white background. Let's go ahead and choose the high contrast black ad. So you can see over here on the right, we have a sample of what this ad's going to look like. And we can see there's quite a bit of difference between these two ad styles. So this would probably be a good A/B test or experiment to run here in Google AdSense. So we can scroll down to the bottom, and you'll notice that we have this option that's called traffic split. This option will allow Google to optimize the experiment's traffic split. So like I talked about earlier, we want that traffic to split 50-50. We want half of our users to see the original ad and half of our users to see the variation. So you definitely want to check this checkbox to make sure that that split is going through correctly. Once you're ready and you have all your settings configured how you'd like, you can go ahead and click on the blue Start Experiment button at the bottom. You'll notice that when you do that, your experiment is listed here in the Experiments section of Google AdSense, and it's currently running and collecting data. If we want to click to see the results of our experiment, we can click on the little black bar icon to the right of the experiment. When we do that, it takes us to the Performance Reports section of Google AdSense, and if we had any data, we'd be able to see it in here. But since we just created this experiment, we don't have any data yet.